During my marriage, my wife was the only one who knew that I had a reading problem. She didn't know how severe it was because I was always able to make money and pay the bills. And for 2 years, she went to college, and I was the only one working. But I worked 2 jobs, and I was always managed to, have a house and a decent car and all this. So no one really knew that I couldn't read or write.
How about your kids?
No, my kids never knew. Even the time when I read my kids' stories, like it was stories that I rehearsed and practiced, and while reading, they wouldn't look at the book, and I'd place a couple of words in to get through the story.
I do all the shopping. I take my husband to the doctor. I drive.
How'd you pass the driver's test?
I memorized the questions, and that's how I got my driver's license.
Huh, you had a test and you memorized them? Or?
Mm-hmm. And the written test?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I memorized the questions.
My goodness, how long did that take?
Oh, I got 100%. The only thing I got 100% on. The only thing I got 100% on.
I didn't know how to read those signs, what they got, bus schedules. I didn't know how to read them correctly. And I had to go up to the clerk and ask me what time my bus leaving, all this.
Did you tell him you couldn't read and ask him to help?
No, no, I just say, will you please help me, tell me when is my bus schedule, and I would ask the bus driver too.
When did you ever tell anyone you couldn't read?
Matter of fact, I haven't told nobody I couldn't read.
I worked for a moving company, a private moving company in Los Gatos when I was going to school for drafting, and the guy who owned the company, he was retired, and we just mainly moved pianos. So he turned the truck and the garage and everything over to me, and I would hire the people and do the jobs for him, and I would only hire college students, right? And they would fill out the forms, and I would supervise the job, and I knew a lot more about moving pianos and stuff than they did. And no one never discovered, and I was a cheese man, I mean, I got the money and everything. And I ran the whole operation for about 1.5 years for him. Mm. And, and that's when I found, like, hey, I'm a lot smarter than these guys. All they go to Santa Clara University, but basically, mother wit. I have a lot more mother wit.